Rotro Raggy. Rotro Raggy. Rotro Raggy and Reet. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think we're in there. I think we are freaking in there. Rotro Raggy.
100, fair warning. Next lot. $380.
There we go, everybody. There we go.
Fair warning.
Duck Hunt VGA 90.
Next lot. 110.
Duck Hunt VGA 90.
100.
$450 for good old Famicom Duck Hunt. How many weeks ago did I tell you guys we'd keep seeing this every freaking week? We don't see it every week, but we've certainly been seeing it. The VGA 90 now, 90 plus, 85 plus, 362. I mean, the last VGA 90, April 15th, was $525. VGA 90 continues to come down to $450 here. Like I said, I don't hate the buy-in price. If you want to buy one now, I don't really care. $450, it's whatever. But yeah, the price still might come down if they keep coming up. There's a lot of them out there. California Game 7.08 kicked off the auction today. $129. $129 for California Games. Welcome in, you guys. We start off with NES. There is actually a decent amount of Japanese stuff in this auction for whatever reason. And of course, this Thursday, 6th Generation and Beyond Showcase auction. Huge, 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 huge. One of my favorite auctions. You guys know this. 6th Generation Beyond. Pokemon Emerald currently sits at the high bid mark, 9.68 plus, sitting at about $4,000. Castlevania Aria of Sorrows, VGA 95. Consoles. They always come up at the 6th Generation and Beyond auction. So if you want to get VGA 90, VGA 95, 3DS XL consoles, 3DS, this is generally where they all come up. So if you're into consoles, these are some of the best places, best auctions, to get them. And especially this Mario Maker one here. Like, huge. Beautiful. If I had somewhere to put this, I would want to have it, and you know what I mean? Like, this is stunning. Beautiful. VGA 95 on the Resident Evil 4 GameStop Special Edition. It's going to be a fun auction. 9.88 plus God of War, an actual early print copy too. There's a 9.88 plus on eBay right now. It's the mid-print copy that doesn't have the security strip up top, so I think that mid-print black label is already pushing $1,000. This 9.88 plus actual early print should do extremely well. That's all taking place on Thursday, 6th Generation Beyond Showcase auction. I hope you guys can come out for that. Same time as the usual auctions. And of course, tonight, sponsored by Heritage Auctions. Huge thanks to you guys being here. Did you have a chance to check out the Claire interview? That just went up on the channel as well. Hopefully you guys had a chance. We interviewed Claire Shelton, head of Wata Games, up now. Cheat Code Weekly. Oh, hopefully you guys can check that out. I'm fired up right now. Jesus. Oh, I'm fresh from the gym right now. I'm still sweaty. I'm hyped up on pre-workout. We're cracking open a lime bubbly right here. Ooh. Is there Dolby versus no Dolby security strips? I don't believe so. I believe the only variants are security strip, then black label non-security strip, and then greatest hits. I believe those are the prints of God of War. 2 black labels, that's it. Did you see you sold your Japanese Super Mario Bros. 3 VGA 90? Nice, dude. What was the VGA 90 on here again, Jesse? I remember when you asked, I said that yours on eBay. Oh, the Heritage one was $5,000. Then you sold yours for... what did you end up selling yours for, Jesse? That's awesome. I figured yours was going to sell, man. I figured yours was going to sell. It always happens. You get the big Heritage sale, and then people go and... pick up copies off of eBay. We see it time and time and time again. You're about to be homeless, but you're fired up. I mean, I'm homeless either way, Mike. I'm homeless either way. We got to take that on the chin, right? Just watch the Cheat Code Weekly fun bid. Let's go. Yeah, doubling down on the Mario Maker sunk cost after buying the 95. Do I have a 95 or a 95 plus, Elijah? I pray I have a 95 plus, man. I pray I do. I hope it's a 95 plus. $4,050 for your Mario on eBay. Yeah, that's huge, man. Huge, 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 huge. Huge sale, Jesse. I think you can be, like, super happy about that. That's awesome. You don't see the hype for the Mario Maker Wii U? I think if you are a Mario Maker Wii U fan, if you are someone who likes Wii U, believes in it, or even just, you want kind of like the console bundle that represents the console generation the best, I think it is that Mario Maker bundle. Like, it's beautiful.
Fair warning.
I would agree it only really pertains to people who like Wii U, but like Mario Maker, I like Mario Maker, and I didn't hate the Wii U. We owned a Wii U. So, like, for me, it is the ultimate piece of like that generation. Not generation, but you know what I mean, that console.
$180.
Yeah, Wii U collecting isn't great, but if you're a fan, I'm not saying buy that Wii U console because it's going to be a great investment. I'm saying it's fucking awesome. All right, there's a... Mark my words here. I'm not necessarily saying that Wii U is the best. The Wii U Zelda is just Wind Waker HD, isn't it? Who cares about that? That's not even a Wii U game. You know what I mean? It's not even a Wii U game. Flight of the Intruder, 9.88 plus $200. Family Feud. It's the feud, everybody. 9.28 plus $150. Dino Wars, $250. Some decent NES, but nothing like the grades are high on titles that aren't the best. Kirby VGA 90, also here, Japanese Famicom for $400. Again, right, it's like Duck Hunt. There are a lot of Kirbys out there, but we're getting into this $400 price range now where it's like, yeah, if you want to pick up a Kirby Famicom for $400, go for it. It's going to cost you probably this much to get it out of Japan, get it graded, the risk of it not being authentic, that you probably, you know what I mean? At this point, it's going to cost you around $400 anyway to do it yourself, so. Infiltrator, 9.88 plus on NES. You passed on N64's Paper Mario sealed, non-graded, $650 USD. Seemed like a little sus and it was hard to tell these days. I mean, Paper Mario's out there, so like a raw copy, it would have to be decently nice. Paper Mario's a decent one though, Hal, because you can tell if it's factory sealed because it uses a vertical overlap seam, and it's really, really hard to fake the vertical overlap seam. So Paper Mario is actually one of the least counterfeited, or at least it's extremely easy to tell if someone is trying to reseal Paper Mario on N64. There is a little bit of benefit that way. Yeah, got the roid flushes, KSI. The Claire interview is probably your second favorite interview you've done. Good to see Claire pumping Celeste. Yes. Good to see Claire pumping Celeste. Fucking Henry, man. That guy's going to be eating his words eventually on that. Henry is going to be eating his words eventually on that Celeste.
Fair warning.
The Claire interview left you a little bit annoyed with her response about the pop reports for everything. I know it's not great, Kyle. I would say that. My thing with the pop reports, and I understand what she's saying with wanting to paint a clear picture, or they just simply aren't that valuable. I would always say more information is better than less information, and then us as a community can decide how to filtrate or utilize or do that information. But if there is truly a large manual logistical component to updating, publishing, doing whatever it is with the pop reports, I can understand why they wouldn't prioritize it. That said, yes, I would also sooner rather we have all information versus, like, you know what I mean? Is that CGC's excuse as well? Oh, we want to make sure we paint a perfect picture. You know what I mean? It doesn't, it never resonated with me. I've never liked that rationale.
$110.
That's my take on pop report updates. If it never becomes live, if it never becomes real-time dynamic, it doesn't affect many, but I would like to see everything published. Yeah, Josh was number one, right? Right, Jaden? Josh was number one right there? That's what you meant. John Elway's quarterback, 9.08 plus. There's a sports auction coming up as well. Hey? Speaking of John Elway quarterback, I'm pretty positive.
Next lot.
Where is it? Heritage Auctions video game calendar. I'm pretty sure I need to add this to my my actual calendar. They're running a sports showcase auction. Where the heck is it here? Right here. Sports video game showcase auction is coming up August 14th. They're going to try, or they're on board with me and my Kobe Bryant's baby. The sports pump is coming. I tried to tell you guys. There will be a sports showcase auction August 14th. So like,
$120.
maybe. There might be something there. Your John Elway quarterbacks right now, for what it's worth, is $129. If you want to try to speculate somewhere, like, I'm not saying to go dump a ton of money into some garbage sports games, but like, stuff like John Elway's quarterback could get a little bit of boost if a bunch of sports investors decide video games are cool for a few months. You know what I mean? How many Japanese N64 games are there off the top of your head? Isn't it like a low 200s, I think? On Japanese N64, low 200s? A little bit less than the North American library, I think. But I'm not 100% sure on that.
Fair warning. $180.
You also feel long-term having a system that allows for pops that are real-time will decrease the amount of work needed? Yeah, I think if the system became, like, you know, the best ever system, if they developed a new system or whatever they had to do, it probably would be a long-term investment, but I just don't know if WATA Games specifically has the,
$130.
does Collector's Universe care enough to give WATA Games that much resource to develop, and you know what I mean?
$140.
Seems like CGC doesn't have the staffing they used to have with the current turnaround times. They might not even have someone working on the pop reports. I also fear that, Fletch. Like, I agree with you 100%, right? The other argument is that, they're just getting so many submissions of VHS, Switch, case packs, all this stuff that they are swamped. But
$160. $170.
I also feel like they're at a position now where they simply don't have the manpower to prioritize the pop report. I would agree with you. Of course, just speculation. Yeah, the 9.9 Kobe's big box are coming, baby. The 9.9 Kobe's. Pac-Mania, the Tenjin copy, 7.5A there, going for $212. Kid Cool is also, like I said, the games here on NES aren't bad. They just aren't like the premier titles. But some of the grades and some of the titles aren't bad if you're like a full set kind of guy. 80 plus, 187.50. Robo Warrior, 9.6A, pushing over just over $200. And really, the prices are as good as you could ever hope to get them, right? Right around $200 for a lot of these NES titles. No complaining. Rollerball, 9.6A plus. Tied with one other, highest graded copy of Rollerball. That's what I mean. Like, highest graded copy, right? Tied with one other. Some nice copies of games here.
$140.
Doesn't have to be live pop reports, even yearly updates, you'd be happy, but to have pop reports for years and still not be able to see games you've graded in that is rough. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I agree. I agree with you. Satoshi, welcome in, dude. Get the N64 DD. It's ridiculous. CGC's comic report is dynamic. Seems like it would be easy to just drop the game info into the same system. Yes. Yes, I agree with you full-heartedly. And we've seen now with people in the, if you don't know Fletch, again, in the Discord, someone developed a CGC pop report. So as a community here, we once again have a CGC pop report, an unofficial one, but it was developed once again in the Discord. A community member took it upon themselves. That is linked in the, I put it down in the fact section. If you go on the sidebar, you can go into fact links and resources. There is an unofficial CGC pop report right here. It's completely accessible. It's
fair warning.
Right? You can click on it. You can go in. It's a big ass Google document here. At the bottom, you can filter console. You can look. There's factory sealed over here. Total, you know, it's a pop report in here. You have to. It'll take a second for you to get the you know, just your hang of how to work it and everything. But like it's a pop report. If you want to see the CGC numbers, it has been developed once again. Huge thanks to community. That's just community initiative right there. Community initiative.
Fair warning.
Rollerball ends at $225 as well. Yeah, just right over $200 for a lot of these. Super Mario USA VGA 80 plus.
Fair warning.
You won the Robo Warrior. Got it with the cut bid. There we go. Yeah. I mean, you can't complain with the prices, man. Can't complain with the prices. Greg, are you aware Certified Link auction is ending tonight? Really? Video games will be over by 8:30. I did not. I didn't even realize the auction was running tonight, dude. That's crazy. There you go. Make sure you guys also check out Certified Link tonight. I didn't even... They always have a decent little selection of games, at least. I'll have to look at it myself here before... There's my old Burnout. I was looking at that. I needed to find this for a YouTube video. The Certified Link auction kind of sucks. They've been kind of sucking for a long time. Auction ends 8/12/05 Eastern. So, like, right away here, games start ending, I think. Oh my god, there's not much. There's not much. 9.8A plus Squaresoft Final Fantasy X. Drakengard's 9.8A plus as well. Drakengard. There's not a lot here that's pushing my fancy. This is kind of cool. Oh, this might be the best thing in there. 85 plus Nier, the White Snow. Whew. Whew. That's a beauty right there. That might be the number one piece. If you give a shit about Nier, but that's it. Yeah, Certified Link, man. The amount of video games in there is a lot less. A lot less than it used to be.
Fair warning.
What am I tearing down my posters, scrolls, and games because you need to move? I mean, I want to leave them up for you know, because they're part of my job, because they're part of my, you know what I mean, my whole office and everything. I do want to try and leave this stuff up kind of as long as I can. So hopefully a couple more weeks here. Hopefully. Acme Animation, 9.48 plus $350. Welcome into Super Nintendo, everybody. F1 Rock Race of Champions, 9.88 plus. Probably the highest graded copy of this game as well. This absolutely probably is the nicest copy of F1 Rock as well. Yeah, my computer doesn't want to load it. Final Fantasy V, 85 plus Japanese Famicom, or Super Famicom there, as well as Final Fantasy VI Super Famicom. Like I said, there's just a decent amount of Japanese stuff tonight. Also, Secret of Mana Japanese and Secret of Mana as well, and Star Fox coming up for Super Famicom here. Final Fantasy V, 85 plus for $300. The Final Fantasy VI, 9.6, pushing up over $300 here. F1 Race of Championships, highest graded copy they've ever sold. Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. $287.50. Of course it is. Not the most popular game in the world, but again, the full set collectors are eating good this year, man. How you doing? Are you doing much with all the tariffs? My international importing and exporting has definitely slowed down. I'm able to middleman a ton of stuff using Rainier Consignments, Monty. We have a good relationship, so I'm able to do a lot of stuff with Monty still. But as for my own submitting, my own buying, using Canada address and stuff, no, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. There's not much I can do. You'd like to go for a full CIB Japanese N64 set. Seems reasonable considering. Yeah, the full CIB Japanese N64 set is reasonable. Obviously, there are still some, like, most expensive, or there are still very expensive. Is your guys' computer? Is your guys' internet? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, the Japanese N64 set is very reasonable. Like, a lot of CIB N64 Japanese can be had way cheaper in the Japanese than North America.
Next lot.
New house needs new opportunities, some nice lighting and backdrop updates. The worst part, Grounder, is I have like a full-on green screen just like sitting in its box behind me. I got it for Christmas and I just like haven't been able to set it up because I haven't been able to you know what I mean? I have a bunch of shit in here. It just isn't an ideal space to have a green screen, but like I own one. We could be at the beach right now. I have a full-on green screen setup. Hopefully we can start utilizing that. Secret of Mana, 9.2 CIB with a 9.2 box and a 9.8 cartridge inside. Whew.
Fair warning.
Nice. $800 right there. Secret of Mana Japanese, 9.6 NS. Yeah, the 9.6 is down to $400 now. I think the VGA 90s were still selling for a lot of money, if I recall correctly. The next one up is 140 here. My outgoing should be good. Everything, it shows I'm getting a clear 60 FPS here. But yet I'm struggling, which I don't know if maybe it's Heritage side that's struggling. Does anyone else have the auction open? Is Heritage struggling or am I struggling? How many Japanese games do I have? None. Very few. I have some.
Fair warning.
I don't know, maybe 20-ish?
Next lot.
Yeah, Tank Top Greg at the beach, right? That's exactly what I need. Heritage is fine? Oh, no. Oh, no. Signal's fine from me and here. Okay, so it's just me, eh? All right.
Fair.
All right. Got them beavers chewing on the cables again. I tell you, life in Canada. The Secret of Mana. If you wanted to get if you wanted to get a brand new copy of Secret of Mana Japanese Senken Densetsu number 2, 9.4 NS copy here. And this is what I've said when these were selling for like, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, whatever it was, that there's a lot of these out there. The 9.4 now is $162.50. I know it's always fun to chase the 90, the 95, the 9.8s, but like, $162.50, man? That's where we need to be buying these. You know what I mean? That's a good entry point on this. This is even almost like 412 for the 9.6 versus 160 for the 9.4. You know what I mean? Optimizing your purchases type of thing. Star Fox, $350 for the 85 plus. Super Mario All-Stars, 8.5 CIB for $150. Super Star Wars, Player's Choice, 9.9 A++. Wow. Beauty. Welcome in, Hillage.
Fair warning.
Need your sealed ISS 2000? That's going to be going out the door at some point for sure. The ISS 2000 will be going out the door at some point.
Fair warning.
No doubt about that. I don't know when. I don't want to... I still don't want to purge a lot of the sealed stuff. Like, I really, really, really want to do CIB, loose cartridges, all of that stuff first before I start moving into factory sealed and graded. I still do want to do that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be possible now. Super Star Wars, the 9.9 A++, $450. Super Turrican 2. 9.0 complete in-box copy. 8.0 box, 9.2 cart, 9.8 manual. One of the most expensive Super Nintendo games. It always has been. Pushing its way to $550 right now, pushing its way to $600. If you're a Super Nintendo collector, you absolutely know what Super Turrican 2 is. Or at least I assume you do. It's always been up there as one of the most coveted, you know what I mean?
$600.
Pushing its way at almost $750 now. Anyone else see the Yoshi stories are from a CGC case pack of 6. There are 2 more 9.6s coming up. My gosh. There's just a lot of Yoshi story out there. Where is it? The CGC 96A++ tonight, hey? Yeah, coming up on the N64 side there. If you want to grab a Yoshi story, these are the times, right? This is like, when you know there's 3 of them coming up for auction in succession, this is the stuff where you should be looking ahead at auctions as well. Seeing what's coming up at future auctions for Heritage, because yeah, 3 of them coming up, case pack 9.6 A++, might be a decent buy. Might be able to get it a little bit below comps when they dump, so to speak, right? When people are dumping copies. Always something to look for. The Super Turrican 2 pushed its way all the way up to $687.50. I still don't think it's that much. A 9.0 copy. I know the box is only an 8. I don't think the poster and registration card were labeled on the back of this either. So maybe it's only, yeah, maybe that's not bad. I was going to say some eBay copies were pushing their way into like 7, 8, 900, but they probably have the registration card and the registration card and poster. I don't know if Super Turrican's poster is unique or if it's just an Ocean poster. Ocean being the publishing company, sometimes games will just have a poster that advertises different, you know what I mean, by these other Ocean games. And sometimes those posters aren't specific to any Ocean title. So I don't know if the poster itself is specific, but I'm pretty positive the registration card is specific to Super Turrican 2. Either way, $687.50. Tecmo Super Bowl NBA, or Tecmo Super NBA, sorry, $187.50. Tetris 2, $129. Tetris and Dr. Mario, 9.6 A++. I get it. It's player's choice. I get it. But it sold for $140. $140? Again, right? There's a point where it's like, shoot, at $140, I might just buy the player's choice to have as a display piece because it still looks awesome. If the price is going to be that low, maybe I'll take a player's choice. Tetris Attack 9.6 A+, made in Mexico. Is this a first print? Why? Tetris Attack's almost $1,000 here. Am I just sleeping on this game? 9.6 A+, early production, highest graded copy of the variant they've offered. Woof.
Fair warning.
Interesting.
$130.
Yeah, even a 9.2 A+ Tetris Attack was $660 back in March last year. So, like,
fair warning. Dang.
Tetris Attack just gets some love, man. Tetris Attack gets way more love than I thought it did. Here's another one, made in Mexico, 9.80 A+. What's the difference here? 3-line warranty versus 4-line warranty? Josh, what are we talking about here?
Next lot.
They're both made in Mexico. K to A versus... Are these the same print? Did they just simplify the verbiage?
Fair warning.
Wario's Woods, 9.4 A+. Made in Japan, K to A, early production. Yeah, there we go. Only 1 copy of this one graded higher out of only 9 on the Pop Report. Pushing its way to only $200, hey? Wow.
Next lot.
Wario's Woods on SNES just is not it. 193.75. Only one copy graded higher on these. Warlock 9.8A plus. Also, what's up with this? Is Warlock actually a 3-side seam? I see it that it's published by LJN here, so made in Mexico, right top bottom, 3-side seam on this. I did not know that. Highest graded copy of Warlock out of 4. That's interesting. I had no idea.
Fair warning.
I had no idea that this was a 3-side seam game on SNES. Learning something new every day, I swear. $275 for Warlock. Disservice to put them next to each other. It's the same game. Yeah, okay. I was kind of figuring that these were the same there. If they're K to A, both made in Mexico. It just looks super confusing when you have the yeah, okay, made in Mexico, K to A, early production, yeah. When you have the updated verbiage on the label like that versus the older one, it yeah. Throws you for a loop, man. Throws you for a loop. Group lot of 3 here. We got Wayne Gretzky Hockey, Bulls versus Blazer in championship pool. The sports hype is coming.
Fair warning.
You want nothing on Clink, but damn, it's hard to bid on there.
Next lot.
It is, man. It is. And it's shocking to me, Trevor, that Certified Link ever got the amount of volume that it did. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it was a symptom of the pandemic and, like, so much stuff flushing through the system and everyone selling everything, every auction house having everything. But, like, now that that's done, of course Certified Link isn't being used as much, right? Like, of course they aren't. It wasn't a good system back when it was. Bird Dog Gaming. Welcome in, dude. Yeah, the eBay style sniping. Yeah, the eBay style sniping, which won't be eBay style anymore, right? I'm sure some of you guys saw this. You might not have. It's starting out with trading cards, sports cards, I think, primarily right now, but it looks like eBay is going to start doing extended bidding systems similar to Golden, similar to Yahoo Auctions Japan, if you guys use that. eBay is rolling out a test right now to have extensions on ending bids. No more eBay sniping is essentially what it would mean. Like I said, right now it's test periods, trials with trading cards. Select trading cards are going to have this trial run. And I mean, I guess if they like it, if it performs well, they're going to do it. But, like, I don't see why eBay wouldn't do a full rollout of the extended system, I guess is my take on it. These are 12 Konami printer-proof sheets.
Next lot.
Really cool. I don't know where these were even pulled from. I'm talking about the freaking eBay updates here while we have these printer proofs coming through. But a bunch of Konami printer proof sheets, like, I don't know much about this type of stuff, so I can't really comment on it. But it's obviously, like, internal style stuff. It should be very cool. Okay, Josh, you bought it. There we go. Yeah, it should be very cool. Maybe you can speak to it a bit more than I can there in the chat, but very neat to see them. 9.0A on the SNES cleaning kit.
Next lot.
It's a test run of art from the printing company to confirm final product quality. Yeah, that's cool. Like, cool items. Even with an 8.0 box, that Turrican 2 seems like a steal. $900 price charting value. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I figured it was, JC, that the Super Turrican, especially if you want one for your collection, probably is a great pickup.
Fair warning.
Is there even a clear number 2 auction house with video games? Golden right now for sure. If you want to talk private auction house, it's Golden. Over the past year or so, I'd say Golden has been making an actual push to kind of enter back into video games.
Fair warning.
Because obviously, Fanatics, PWCC, they tried for a little bit and then gave up on it. They still do have some video games here and there. Certified Link, as you saw, still has some video games here and there. It's worth checking out every now and then. But if you actually want to see, like, consistent video games showing up at another private auction house, Golden would be the one.
Warning.
Always worth taking a check.
$180.
Yep, Fanatics still has games as well. You might as well take a check on there. It's just like, you know, you might see anywhere from 3 to 20 games a week at Fanatics. eBay needed to get rid of sniping years ago. It's long overdue. Yeah, that's my thought as well, Milk. As much as I absolutely dread the extended system, having an actual sniping system in place simply doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense from a platform perspective. Why are we rewarding people, like, especially now that it's all become, like, everyone just bids at the end, right? Of course they do. So, like, yeah, there's a thrill as a buyer, but, like, as a seller, it kind of only fucks you.
Fair warning.
You know what I mean? Like, as a seller, having this snipe system, not allowing people to extend their bids, it just isn't really conducive to the seller getting the highest possible pricing, in my opinion.
Fair warning.
So I understand why they're going to roll out an extension system, but I freaking hate it myself. I love sniping. I get great deals sniping. But, like, again, if I'm feeling like I'm getting great deals, then the sellers, as well as eBay, is ultimately hurting their bottom lines, is the way I see it. Dr. Mario VGA 90 Game Boy, again, Japanese here, $250 for it. A VGA 90's cool. Dr. Mario's cool. Like, Makamura Demon of Darkness. This is, why can't I think of the game now? Sold for $119. Someone help me out. Why? Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins on Game Boy Advance. The Demon Darkness here. Very cool. $119 that. VGA 85. PGA Tour 96. 9.8A plus. It forces people to put their highest bid. I just think more people will bid in extensions. Right? Like, people will just push more. Two whales tossing in their FU bids could have higher end prices than extensions. And you might be right. You might be right about that, but, like, as we see on Heritage Auctions, you know, when two whales decide to start fighting, they can also just keep pushing as far as they want. So, like,
fair warning.
Even in the instance of two whales that want to fight for something, now, maybe if there is no automated bidding system, people will not bid as much. That could be a thing. People can't sit around. People don't want to put in their maxes. People don't want to get shilled. So maybe some people will stop bidding as much. Maybe. I use automatic sniping software at this point. I don't sit around and wait for auctions to end, right? I put my number in, I walk away, and I find out if I won later in the day, right? If that goes away, then I definitely could see... I definitely could see a little less bidding in that respect, but I definitely think that an extension system does ultimately lead to the highest end prices on items.
Fair warning.
You still think Heritage has the best auction system? Sniping should not be allowed and we shouldn't have to wait 30 minutes for each bid? Yes. Right? Like, I think eBay says the extension is going to be 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a lifetime, man. 2 minutes is a lifetime. It's insanity. PWCC as well uses these rolling extensions, and sometimes items will continue to go live for like an hour and a half after the initial end time. Like, that I don't like. That I freaking hate. Even at a 2-minute extension, if someone keeps slow bidding it, we've seen it at Golden, we've seen it everywhere else. You can slow bid stuff for like 30 minutes to an hour. 2 minutes is crazy. A 30-second extension is all it needs. My own opinion on that. Miss Pac-Man Special Color Edition Game Boy Color for $162.50. The Game Boy Printer, 85 plus, has a little employee sticker on it as well. Employee purchase, 85 plus Game Boy Printer. That's cool. Cool accessory. Joe Kane, you won the Demon of Darkness. Let's go, dude. It's cool. Very cool.
$300. $340.
Pac-Man Special Edition 9.68 plus plus, $156.25. Legend of Zelda. Why can't I think of the actual Zelda DX, Link's Awakening DX? There we go. VGA 90 Japanese copy, pushing its way to $550. Like I said, for whatever reason, a lot of nice Japanese stuff tonight. Yeah, exactly, right? People will bid up on Heritage as well, but at least it's only 5 to 10 seconds. And even with 5 to 10 seconds sometimes, Mike, we see how long it can push the bid, right? Even with 5 to 10 seconds in between, stuff can go on for minutes. Like 10 minutes. So, I agree 30 seconds is even too long, but 2 minutes is crazy. Or, yeah, 2 minutes is crazy.
$85. $90. $95. $100.
The only party's sniping benefits is the buyers that win. It hurts the seller, which hurts the platform, and hurts other potential buyers that might have just won if nobody else bid at the end. Yep. Sniping is pro-buyer, and I don't think that it's ultimately the best option for any kind of platform. Even Certified Link, right? I'm sure all of you can think about something you have lost on Certified Link that you otherwise would have won or would have bid again if it was some kind of extension system. Right? I've lost so many items on Certified Link by trying to, like, snipe low, where it's like, oh, great, I lost by $2 to $5 or $10. Of course I would have bid again, but, like, when everyone is blind bidding, it almost incentivizes you to, like, go low rather than high, in my opinion. You participated in some Yahoo auctions that lasted an hour longer than they should have? Yes. Because what's Yahoo? A 5-minute reset, right? On Yahoo auctions? Like, it's long. 7.0 B plus on this Bomberman 64, by the way. There are no notes on it. It's just a normal 7.0 B plus, if you want to call it that, pushing its weight over $200. Blues Brother had some fading on it, $144. But the Bomberman 64 7.0 B plus. I'm glad it's at least going over $200. I didn't know if this was going to be like $150, but like pushing up to $238 now. Some low-grade love for Bomberman 64. You auction video game stuff on Facebook? On Facebook? Like, just on Facebook marketplaces you're auctioning? Or, like, Facebook doesn't have any kind of built-in auction system, does it? Auctioning stuff on Facebook just sounds like a bad idea, dude.
Fair warning.
On alt, when you bid on a $10 item, it extends every item, including the 5-figure ones. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. How great. What a great system. Yahoo resets to 10 minutes once someone bids under... Oh, my God. For some reason in my head, I thought it was only 5 minutes on Yahoo auctions. Yeah, 10-minute reset is insanity. Bomberman 64 closing at $237.50. Yeah, a little bit of love there. Bottom of the 9th as well, if you guys aren't aware. One of the harder to get N64 sports games. Konami Sports, published by Konami, all that good stuff. Highest graded copy.
Fair warning.
Out of 2 on the Pop Report, first time at Heritage Auctions. If you want to keep your eyes open for a rare N64 sports game, even CIB, there is some value here. So, like, bottom of the 9th is one of those sleeper sports titles on N64. Dr. Mario, $275, the 8.5A plus. Yeah, like, bottom of the 9th here just crushed Dr. Mario 64. Kind of funny. Load Runner, 9.2A plus here. Barely comes up at Heritage Auctions, actually. A full set collector game. I've never seen anyone actually talk about playing Load Runner 3D. Like, literally ever. I have never seen someone talk about playing Load Runners 3D. I don't know if anyone has ever played this game. 9.2A plus for $187.50. Ogre Battle, 9.0A plus. The Grails of yesteryear, baby. Pushing its way to almost $500 here. Pushing its way to almost $600 here. Do you think the Nintendo GameCube Smash Melee with winning championship medal and movie disc sealed? All I know about with Melee, I assume you're talking about a Japanese thing. The Melee championship disc I know of, which I think is awesome. Like, you know what I mean? You get that disc that shows some tournament footage. That's all I know about with Smash Melee. If you're talking about something else with a winning championship medal and movie disc, like, I'm not sure I know about it.
$320.
Yeah, what's a Melee, right? What's a Melee?
Fair warning.
Yeah, the Japanese thing. Okay, gotcha. Ogre Battle, by the way, 9.0A plus here for almost $700. The last 9.4, which was August 2022, was $900. So, like, the 9.0 right now for almost $700 is actually pretty decent. It's not bad. Pocket Monsters VGA 85 plus Snap, Pokemon Snap, Japanese version, $375. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, 9.0A plus here, pushing to almost $200. Pokemon Snap, of course, you're only going to find it in VGA cases. It uses like a custom case that has this long hanger on the back. So VGA is the only company that will ever be able to grade this. So if you do want to get one, I think there are some more coming up at auction. There was a whole bunch of them dumped on Heritage, so if you want to get one, VGA is your only option, and $375 now. It's coming down a bit. It's coming down a bit. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, $175. Yoshi's Story, baby, 9.68++ from a factory case pack. They all are. Most of them are. Yoshi's Story was a very case pack heavy game. For whatever reason, right? There's just some N64 games that, there were just case packs of them. So I think someone said earlier there's another 2 or 3 copies coming up in future Heritage auctions. So this one right now is pushing up to $550. If it starts getting too expensive for you, you might even be able to just wait for the next copy.
Fair warning. $480.
It's the Canadian variant. Yeah, I think the Melee disc is great. I think the Melee like prize championship disc, like you said, Trevor, it's worth like a couple $100 right now. It feels like a great item. Smash Melee is one of the most celebrated GameCube games that exist. It's just like, I think it's good. Pokemon did your best bidding and working at the same time, and you won. That's the important part. If you're going to put that much time into a Yahoo auction, like an hour and a half, at least you freaking won the auction,
Fair
dude.
warning.
Nothing worse than to sink an hour of time into that and also lose.
$90.
The Yoshi's Story 9.68++ brought its way up to almost $700. The last 9.68++, by the way, was July 1st for 1,000. Right? So, even just between sales here from July 1st, last week, $1,000. Tonight, $687.50. This is what I mean. When people dump case pack games like this is where you can get a deal. Obviously, it's still $700. It's not free. Yoshi's Story is still like a good title, but these are opportunities to get one when they're, you know, coming up, when the supply is coming up. If you notice a lot of supply. San Francisco Rush and WCW NWO Revenge, both are low-grade copies. They're still $124 for the pair. Donkey Kong 64 soundtrack, 9.9 there, going for $150. Zelda Majora's Mask soundtrack, pushing its way, oh my gosh, all the way up to almost $200 here. 9.68++. It says Nintendo Power Online Store exclusive. Very cool. I did place a lowball bid on this. I'm not paying $162.50, right? I love Majora's Mask. It just feels like a lot of money for a soundtrack. Maybe I'm just a soundtrack hater. Maybe I just, you know what I mean? Not my realm of collecting. But I did bid like $60, $70. I put in a low-ass proxy. $162.50 feels a little bit too real to me. Feels a little too real for what it is. Group lot of 5 pieces of Nintendo paraphernalia here. And of course, tonight's auction is sponsored by Heritage Auction, so a huge thanks to them sponsoring, a huge thanks to you guys coming tonight. If you want to get into the next Heritage Signature auction, it is... one second here. Let me grab my little notes here. I was going to say it's August something, which I think it is. I thought I had it memorized, but I don't want to say the wrong date for you guys. Next Signature auction, August 22nd to 23rd. You have it's passed. You blew it. You freaking blew it. Yeah, you guys blew it. I told you to get consigned for it. You blew it. Now you have to wait until the next one. August, September, October, November. It's coming up in November. I need to add it to my spreadsheet. The next Signature auction is coming up in November. That's when you can get into it. We still have PC Showcase, Ages of Sega, 6th Generation and Beyond, Japanese Showcase, Nintendo 8 to 64-bit. Every other Showcase auction is coming up, but if you want to get into a Signature auction now, it's coming up in September, October, November. The August one is closed for consignments. Now, it comes up quick, man. It comes up quick. So if you want to get in that November one, I always recommend reaching out sooner rather than later. Video games at HA.com. Is there Pioneers in December? I need to update my spreadsheet now with that sports auction and the rest of the year. I can't believe we're already in July, man. Over halfway done the year, hey? Video games at HA.com to reach out. There's consignment links in the description. They'll help you get your games graded, take them to auction. They handle everything.
$120.
Find out if Heritage Auctions is a good choice for you and your games. Video games at HA.com. Huge thanks to them sponsoring. You heard there's a Celeste in the next Signature. Can I confirm? Oh, I can't confirm. No comment. There's nothing I can say on that right now. But if there was ever a game worth a Signature auction, it's Celeste, baby. Did you see that the 10 is listed on eBay now? Did you see that? The Celeste 10 is up on eBay? Oh, whoever picks that up is one lucky buyer, I'll tell you that. You bought 3 Conker's Bad Fur Days, 8.0 and above, and you want more. Why are you, like, welcome in, first of all, and why are you scooping up Conker's Bad Fur Day? I mean, it's a great title. I don't, like, necessarily disagree with you. Just curious. Try to use Buy on your phone while live bidding. The app loads. Oh, I always use it on my phone. I always do it on my phone. It's terrible, dude.
Fair warning.
Some days I wake up at like 6:30 a.m. and do my Yahoo auctions and then just go back to bed for a bit.
Bidding is continuing.
You want a Yahoo auction that went 2 hours overtime? You put your bid in before the ending time. The guy just kept trying to put your bid your highest. He stopped when he unknowingly was 35 cents away from outbidding you. Jesus. Crazy, man. Pocket Monsters Emerald VGA 80 does not include the adapter, so even in Japanese you can get the adapter with Pokemon Emerald. So non-adapter version here, VGA 80 authentic sealed, $2,500 still. Entering into GameCube. All of you can be Celeste guys. I'm a Hollow Knight guy. Come at me. I need to play Hollow Knight at some point. Funny enough, I watched a bunch of lore videos about Hollow Knight, but I've never actually played the game. But I got sucked down a lore rabbit hole at one point.
$300. Fair warning. $320.
Excellent video with the head of water. Great listening. Hey, Matthew, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the interview with Claire. I'm glad she decided to sit down and, you know, interview with us, so. Did I get a chance to play Claire 33? How is it? I did not. I think once I'm in the new place, that'll be my reward. My reward to myself, you know what I mean? We'll play some Claire Expedition. Legend of Zelda Promotional Disc 9.68++, the Zelda Collector's Edition on GameCube, $375. Zelda Four Swords Adventure, big box, VGA 85. Of course, if you're going to go after this game, I absolutely recommend you get the big box version. It's more rare, it's more fragile. VGA 85 is actually a pretty solid grade on this. Getting VGA 90 and above is like this box is crap, man. I don't know if you guys have ever, like, if you've never held this box, it is some of the thinnest, crappy white paper cardstock you can get. You look at this thing wrong and it will crease.
Next lot.
So 85 on this is actually very respectable. 487.50. It even sold pretty well. So VGA 85 there, almost $500.
Fair warning.
9.68++ Ocarina of Time Master Quest here. The not for resale. And Matthew Levy.
$120. $340.
Don't give up on SNES.
I appreciate you, man. Much appreciated. As of now, there's no plan to stop Mission Mario. No plan to stop right now.
Next lot.
That's what I can say as of right now. There's no plan to stop. We're still pushing, man. We're still pushing. Much appreciated, Matthew. Much appreciated. There's still cases of the big box? Which big box? Zelda? If you have cases, like, frickin' toss me one, man.
$60.
Send me the direction of these cases. If I can get some case pack copies of this for $500 all day. All day I'll purchase one.
$180.
While there are a lot of sealed copies or even cases, like, a lot of them are just shit. That's the thing. Like, 85 is a good grade because a lot of them are just shit. Either way, if you know where to get a case fresh copy, like, I'm in. I'm in, dude. Ju-On The Grudge. 9.88+ on Wii. Published by Xseed, by the way. Maybe one of the most collectible Wii games, low-key. 9.88+, pushing its way to almost $350 here. Like, as far as a Wii game goes, you know? $337.50? Like, that's something. That's something right there. Mario and Luigi Brothership, 9.88++. We're seeing this game almost every week now, so. Did you happen to see your comments about CGC zeroing out grades in their cert lookup? Still haven't fixed it? What does that mean, Matt? I did not.
Fair warning.
Is Mario your Grail? Do you already have your Grail? I mean, I feel like the Grail always is a moving goalpost. Like, once you achieve something. You know what I mean? So, like, one of my Grails was always the Majora's Mask Gray cartridge, which I was able to acquire a few years ago, right? Majora's Mask Factory Sealed alone was one of my Grails. That's like a 2016 Grail, which I was able to acquire back then. So it's like, the Grail piece is always kind of a moving goalpost for me as I keep collecting and, you know, as more years pass. As of right now, I mean, yeah, like, Mario is what I want to chase That is the most expensive game I'll probably ever buy.
$70.
Probably. And from there,
$190.
I don't know where we go, right? Like, I don't know where we go from Mario, but Bobby probably has them. Dusty Games. You think Dusty Games has case packs of 4 swords? Shoo!
Next
If he does, man, we got to talk to Bobby. We gotta raid that Dusty warehouse if that's the case. Yeah, how much did the Nintendo employee backpack there? $225. Very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. 225 bucks though? I don't know.
65.
I don't know, man. Nintendo World New York grand opening messenger bag.
Fair warning.
Sold exclusively during the store's grand opening in May 2005. Pushing its way to $100 here. Kinda neat. Kinda neat. Nintendo World New York official opening messenger bag.
$85.
You remember paying up for a CIB copy of Ju-On at GameStop years ago for $25? You swallowed your pride that day because you knew it would go up. Horror is always a good investment. Right? Horror games are always a good investment. And I think as more people start like going through the Wii library, once we get a hype wave for the Wii, because right now no one collects Wii, right? No one cares about the Wii.
Fair warning.
If we ever get a bunch of YouTube coverage and stuff like, oh my god, the Wii hidden gems, why you need to love the Wii again, why you need to bring your Wii out of storage, those games will start getting explored more. Those games they'll probably keep going up from here.
Fair warning.
The New York World, Nintendo World New York messenger bag, $119. This is also a messenger bag from E3, circa the 2000s. Distributed promotional swag at E3. Pushing its way to $100 as well here.
Fair warning.
Like a lot of their cert database had their grades changed to 0. All the games that were not given a total grade got updated to 0, but also both sealed and CIB got their total grades.
Fair warning.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough, Matt.
Slot.
I'll have to talk in the Discord after this. I can't keep up with your saying what you're saying real time here.
$25. $30.
The E3 messenger bag, I need to get caught up on chat as well. The messenger bag from E3, $109. DS messenger bag from E3. So the big Nintendo DS fans there, selling for $54 into a European sticker seal VGA 95 Golden Axe on Master System. What a freaking beauty, man. What a freaking beauty. The last VGA 90 Plus was $1,500. So here's the 95 now, pushing its way.
Fair warning. $700.
Touch of the Dead is a Nintendo DS sleeper, only $33 new on eBay. There's the speculation we need. There's the speculation we need. Dementium for the DS. Yup. Yup. You own almost 100 CIB Wii games and some factory sealed and a couple graded factory sealed. Yeah, I don't have a ton of Wii at all. Like at all. I have some of the Marios, and that's about it. I never went out through a deeper Wii exploration. I owned a Wii. I had a lot of Marios, the Zeldas, you know, we had the big titles, but like, I think like a lot of people, we never went deep into the Wii library.
$80.
You beat Expedition 33 a couple weeks ago in about 40 hours. Amazing pacing, but just found 2 more secret super bosses. More JRPGs should learn, like E33. Optional side content for those who want it. All I've heard is it's amazing, man. I'm a huge JRPG fan, so like, I'm excited. Excited to dig in.
$10.
We will have its day. Bite now before the boom comes. We all know it will. I genuinely, right? Like, I genuinely believe we will have its day. It will happen. Golden Axe, the VGA 95, $906. So even the 95 this time around couldn't match the esteem of the 90 plus last year. NBA Jam Tournament Edition, 9.6 B plus here, pushed its way to only $109. Another bunch of Konami proof prints. These ones being on the Sega, you get the Contra Adventure, Contra Hardcore, and Contra The Alien Wars. What's the Contra Adventure on PS1, right? The Contra Adventure one, though, looks kind of custom. Looks cool.
$220. $240.
Oh, wasn't the other 90 plus a EU copy as well, Trev? Am I crazy?
Fair warning.
I thought this one was also a EU copy. If this is North American, then I understand why.
$280.
I thought this was also European. Oh, this is a real one. That's why. Real one. Get dunked on, pal. Everyone knows Europe isn't real. But yes, this is a North American copy, 90 plus. I get it. I saw that Heritage was saying it was the second time they had a European copy, so I made an assumption. But I was wrong, so. $906 for the European one, $1,500 for the North American one. The Konami proofs this time pushed up to almost $500. Woof. Man. $475 this time. I'm not sure why these ones push so hard.
$340.
Again, I just don't know enough about them. But remember the lot of 12 there that sold earlier was only like, what, $200, Josh? I think you won them. These ones just sold for $475. Man, oh man. Mickey's Challenge on Game Gear here. Another lot of proofs. More Konami proofs. 3 this time.
$110.
Cash for keys.
Graded age. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. Thank you. Holy shoot, dude. Thank you. That is so freaking, like, that's huge. Thank you. Thank you, graded keys. Or graded age, my god. I'm the cash has my brain all frazzled here. Thank you. That's huge, man. Huge. Huge. That's like Craig's yearly salary, no doubt. Getting the fancy pizza tonight. We gotta hold off on fancy pizza until we move out, man. Until we know what's freaking happening with the housing, right? Best game on Wii that no one talks about? Little King Story. It's a Pikmin type game. Love it. Isn't Little King Story already a little bit expensive, Milk? If it's the game that I'm thinking about and the cover of the game that I'm thinking about, I think it already has some value, doesn't it? Am I crazy? Not really. It's cheap. It is what I'm thinking about. Xseed published there. Definitely a niche title, but yeah, CIB is only sitting at like $25.
$130.
Yeah. Hasn't done much. 11 years and the price is basically the same as it was in 2013, so if you want to speculate, yeah, it certainly hasn't done anything. 3 more Konami proofs there, including Snatcher, going for $337.50. Egg Elemental Gear Gimmick, 9.68 plus, pushing its way over $200.
Fair warning.
I think people actually like this game on Dreamcast. I don't know anything about it, but like I'm pretty sure it's I don't know, hidden gem, cult classic, whatever you want to call it. It actually has some value. I think people actually care about this one. Pushing its way to almost $225.
Fair warning.
You bought some N64 tonight. What'd you pick up?
Next lot.
Curious what you picked up. N64 prices didn't seem so bad, honestly.
50.
Last we checked, most value is just in the kiosk itself. That's what people need to buy. Call Farouk, the Farouk hotline. Yeah, no doubt. No Farouk until we have the housing situation settled, man. What do I think will happen to the community if physical game releases cease to exist? Kyle, I actually think we'll see immense consolidation of the entire community as everyone kind of works backwards and starts to explore every single video game library of physical that currently exists. So I do think that once we see physical fade away, or if physical becomes super niche, I think we're going to see a boom in retro video game collecting. Like an actual, like, noticeable tick upwards in prices as everyone who gives a fuck about physical starts being like, oh no, I'm going to go explore PS2 more. I'm going to go explore Switch, whatever it is, right? Buy more of those games that they didn't buy beforehand. Ace Combat 2 here, 9.68++, highest graded copy ever offered by Heritage. By the way, if you're a big Ace Combat fan, I've never played the series myself, but $231 there. Buzz Lightyear, Dreamcast, 9.68+. Have I ever dealt with the grading scene in Germany, or are you interested in it? I've never dealt with it. I do know a lot of Germans exist. I know there are a lot of German collectors. Within my Discord, I have some of the German collectors. So I've never dealt with the scene myself. Like, I know pixel grading exists. I have some of the German collectors who talk about it. I wouldn't say it's something I'm personally interested in, just because it is across the ocean from me, so it's hard for me to really interact with even pixel grading or anything. I don't think I'll ever use them. Oh yeah, I do own one pixel graded game even, right? I do own one. But that's it. So, I don't know. I'm aware. I'm aware you guys like it. I'm aware there's a big scene over there. Buzz Lightyear went for 99 bucks there. What's the Discord? You want to join? Free link in the description for the Discord. Free link in the description. You can join in there. I think it's like 1,500 members now. Obviously, a lot of people are just lurkers. Ton of lurkers. But yeah, free link in the description. Where the heck is it? I can probably throw it in the chat here. There it is.
Next lot.
You just have to click on the little emoji, get verified, you know. Anti-spam measures, all that stuff. But yeah, join in.
$120.
Final Fantasy Chronicles 9.98 plus. Like we said last week, I think the anthology games just never really are big collector titles. It just isn't. $350, 9.98 plus into Incredible Crisis 9.88 plus. I don't know anything about it.
Next lot.
Nope, I don't know what it is. $187.50 for it. Legend of Dragoon 9.28 plus with the Famitsu sticker on the front, so it should be early production, first production, whatever you want to call it. Loose disc inside. If you guys didn't watch the interview with Claire yet, loose disc is capped at a 9.4 grade. If there are multiple loose discs, that can affect the grade as well as additional damage. But the highest you can get with loose disc is a 9.4. 9.2 rate here, it has a loose disc. Do I think second print Breath of the Wild graded will be worth anything in the future, or should you sell it? I think it will be worth something in the future, but I don't think it's going to explode. I think if you should sell it or not purely depends on how much you paid for it. If you tell me in 3 to 5 years, 10.0 grade Breath of the Wild on Switch is selling for $750. All right, I could see it for sure, right? I could see it. If right now you can get like 500 for it, like sure, right? Just sell it and take the money. I don't know if it's going to be like a $2,000 game in 5 years though. You know, I don't know if it's going to see that kind of boost to its pricing. There's a lot of second print Breath of the Wilds now that are getting mint grades, man. There's a lot of second prints that are getting mint grades now, man. So, and between second and third print, I don't think people will care. So there's going to be a lot of second prints and a lot of third prints that get mint grades, 10.0 grades. But yeah, like if you're in it for 100, 200 bucks, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that whatsoever. Like I said, I can fully see a world where it's like 750,000 bucks. Absolutely.
Next lot.
There are 410s. Is that real life? Is that the Wada Pop report right now? Has it gone up that much? Is the second print up to 410s? Is this Wada or is this freaking CGC that you guys are saying this? Because I know there's been case packs and case packs sent in. Where the hell's Switch? Why can't I? There it is.
Next lot. $130. $160.
You bought the Yoshi N64. There we go, dude. I was just saying that is a good entry price. You got it $400 cheaper than it just sold for last week.
Next lot.
439 Wada 10s now, you guys. 439 out of 1,314. This is insanity. I can't wait. I'm gonna put together a video here talking about the Wada Pop reports and the how many more 10s are being given now. Because I think this is going to be a mind-blowing statistic when I compare the current number, like say the number of 10s that have been created from about mid-2023 now to mid-2025 versus the number of 10s from 2019 through 2023. Either way, what are we at? We're at 439 out of 1314. It's hitting at a 33% 10 rate right now. 33.4% 10 rate. Whew. That's crazy. This is a fuck up right here. Ignore that, Mike. This top one here is a clerical error. You can ignore that. That's crazy. 439. The number of 10s, man, is going to catch the number of 9.88++. 695 versus 439. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, do I think it's ever going to explode in price? Not really. But is it going to be more valuable in 5 years than it is right now? Yeah, I would take that bet. Group lot of 2 Crash Team Racing. They started bundling them together here. $275. Guitaru Man, later production copy, $200 for the 9.88++. Kingdom Hearts 2, 9.48++. $200 here. Second prints, stock picks.
$180.
Those Breath of the Wilds I'm talking about are all second prints. So I absolutely still recommend that you do try to get a first print. Because the second prints, third prints, man, they're out there.
$50.
Just get the collector edition in a 90 for $1,000 instead and sit on it. Also an option.
$70.
Coming up on Thursday, by the way, at the 6th Generation and Beyond Showcase, there is a, if you want to get a Breath of the Wild, if you want to get yourself something, get yourself an 85 plus Master Edition, sitting at $1,000 right now. It looks like the last 85 was like $1,500. The last 85 plus was $3,000 back July, 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago it was $3,000. You may be able to grab this for $1,500, maybe $2,000.
Next lot.
Maybe. But this is also coming up on Thursday. It's huge, but amazing Breath of the Wild kind of piece if you want to get one. Kingdom Hearts 2, 9.48++. Silver foil here for $212. This almost feels expensive for Kingdom Hearts 2, no? Is the price finally going up on this, on Kingdom Hearts 2? Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, 9.68+ or $139. Devil May Cry 4 Collector's Edition, 9.88+. Where are the Devil May Cry fans? Come on, Devil May Cry fans. 9.88+ Collector's Edition Steelbook copy, pushing up to under $100. The first print on Breath of the Wild, 9.88++. There are 7. There are 7. 9.88++, 110, 85 total. 85 first prints submitted versus 1,314 second prints. You know, it kind of tells you everything you need to know about the second print there, right? It kind of tells you everything you need to know. Claire Water would never admit that something internally changed in regards to the 10 grade. Even if they did, I cannot imagine that many new Case Fresh games deserve 10s now than previously. I understand what she's saying with case packs. Not all case packs are made equally, all that stuff. Given what the pop report shows now for data versus what it showed from 2018, 2019 through 2023, I also think there's been a change in the usage of the 10. I don't think there's been like a universal change in the grading necessarily. I think it's more so that Wata Games decided to use the 10 when they otherwise never used to, right? Getting a 10 was fucking impossible. We all know this. They started using the 10, which I'm happy for. I agree. They always should have. They're using the 10, which means that there was a little bit of fluctuation. Between the 9.6s and the 9.8s, because now the 10s are being used a little bit more. So if you had a fringe 9.6 beforehand, right, when they weren't using the 10, now maybe those games that weren't quite 9.8, now maybe those will be 9.8s. And some of those ones that weren't quite a 9.6, those would be a 9.6. I don't think there's like a blatant big change, but I think it's like one of those little bump things where we're, of course, right, anecdotally, I can tell you people are bumping grades. 9.4s are becoming 9.6s, 9.2s are becoming 9.4s. I can tell you guys this. I know this. So that's kind of what I think the fluctuation is, because the 10 started being used more. The rest of the scale did slide a little bit upwards.
$220.
Of course, that is just my own opinion. We had Claire on. She gave her take on why we're seeing some bumps but one thing I did really like what she said, though, was the philosophy of the 10, right? She likened it to an English professor who would never give a 100 on an essay. No such thing as a perfect essay, right? And that type of mentality is kind of what WATA games used to have. No such thing as a perfect game, which, like I said in the interview as well, if you have a scale where certain numbers on the scale are never hit, in essence, it kind of feels like a failure of the creation of the system. Like, why does something exist if nothing can achieve it?
$130
is kind of how I see it. So even if we're going to say grading got easier, the scale slid, whatever it is, I am okay with it. I welcome it. I wish it always would have been like this. I like WATA grading now more than it used to be. In some ways you do have to retrain your brain though, because now it's not the 9.8 used to be the pinnacle of everything. Now it's like, well, shoot, there are 10s out there. There are more 9, you just have to retrain a little bit. But yeah. You're new to graded games, which honestly don't understand buying a second print unless you're speculating to sell it at a later date, and first print is outside of a price you like. Yeah, second prints fill their niche, right? Like, if you really don't care about this, Star Wars Force Unleashed is pretty cool as well. 9.98 plus there, 287.50. It's just a cool game. You guys can't even see it on my screen there. It's covered up by chat, but this is just cool. 9.98 plus, Force Unleashed. Like, great freaking Star Wars game for the generation, right? 287.50 on that. Very, very cool. Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, the 5th anniversary Oblivion. $150 for the 9.68 plus. Any of you guys speculate on this back in the day? Man, crazy. Fallout New Vegas, Collector's Edition, Factory Sealed, $134. The last item of the day. Yeah, last item of the day here. 4 Xbox 360 faceplates and a Killer Instinct pin, Ultimate Edition. What is that? Killer Instinct pin?
Fair warning.
Is it just pins? 2 official Killer Instinct Pinny arcade pins and a collectible pin display. Why does Killer Instinct have a pin? What is this? Give me 1 second. My opinion on GTA 6 first prints? It's tough because the game is going to be printed into oblivion. But I do think that getting a 10 full game download from Xbox Live, no disc, pin Ultimate Edition. I've never seen this before. Huh. Token card, 2 penny arcade pins, collectible pin display. Cool, I guess. I don't know. Does anyone want this? Like, it kind of seems like crap to me. But yes, get the if you can get yourself a 10 Grand Theft Auto 6, I think it's going to take years, man. That's the thing. Grand Theft Auto 6 first prints are going to take years to become anything. Right now, Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS3, like the 9.88 plus copy is worth what? $300, a couple $100. Like, it's going to take years for GTA 6 first prints to do something. I think it will go up in value eventually, but it's going to be slow. And really, try to get a 10. If you're going to throw one in your closet, if you're going to buy a case pack, or buy a case, right? Buy a case of them. But I don't know if it's like a savvy investment, so to say. Pretty sure they even used to have no game will be a 10 on their website. Oh, did they? I don't know about that. That's crazy if they did. It's, that used to be the philosophy, though. It truly felt like WATA Games believed that no game is perfect. And so no 10s were given. But where do you purchase sealed case packs of games? One person that actually was very recommended here, even by Claire with WATA Games, was Dusty Games. I'm pretty sure he has a website, right? The Dusty Games website. He works directly with distributors. He can get case packs. He'll sell you case packs. And he can, I think, even submit to WATA Games. Is this his store, Dusty Game? No. Is this his store? Yes, it is. It has to be. So, this guy is probably one of your best options to get case packs of brand new games, of old games that have a lot of supply that exists. This is his retail store, not wholesale site. Does he have a wholesale site as well? Yeah, Dusty is the guy that Chase made a video. A lot of people were browsing his warehouse, right? A lot of people made videos about Dusty games. I'm positive that, like, I think there were like 10 YouTubers in a row who all went and browsed the Dusty Games warehouse. So you can work with this guy to get some case packs and stuff. Not wholesale, you need a sales certificate. Gotcha. But my computer's cooked here. I can't load anything for whatever reason, but... If we type in Dusty Games, I'm sure you can see. You have a business license, is that good enough? I don't know. Yes, yeah, see, like, Chase the right price 11 months ago, he was in Dusty's warehouse. This dude was at Dusty's warehouse. Like, a lot of people, he has his own, yeah. A lot of people have toured his warehouse, so he exists. He's legit. You can buy from him. You can get some stuff. He has brand new games, case packs, GTA trilogies, reprints of some titles. Like, if you're looking for a brand new title, he might be who to go through. He might be an option for you. Otherwise, getting case packs is very difficult. Getting distribution, especially from Nintendo, is very difficult. So, but it's worth reaching out, worth reaching with him. Because like I said, he lives super close to the WATA warehouse even, or the WATA grading, and he can submit, he can help you, he can, yeah. You have a WATA game that's probably a 10, but it's currently a 9.8 A++. What console is it on? And, like, when was it initially graded? Resubmitting for a 10, Jeff Mack, is still insanely difficult. Like, don't get confused by a lot of this stuff, right? A lot of the 10s that are still happening are case fresh. A lot of the crossovers are 95s and 95+. Like, the 10 is not free. I don't want that to be the, like, the kind of perception given. The 10 is not, like, you're not just going to be given 10s now. It's still specific stuff that is finally allowed to get it. So if you're going to resubmit a 9.8 A++, I probably wouldn't, I probably wouldn't expect a 10, no. If you want to gamble that, sure, go for it, right? But if there's any kind of perceptual scratches or something that you can kind of pick out easily, I would expect you still won't get a 10. That would be my take on that. You step away and the auction ends. Any shockers? Nothing shocking tonight. Nothing huge tonight. If you want to see some shockers, if you want to see some fireworks on Thursday, the 6th Generation Showcase, we'll have much more. The weekly auctions these days, I wouldn't say there's any shockers. Any explosions in price, nothing like that. The Emerald went for $2,500, top of the auction, Japanese copy. Golden Axe, the European VGA 95 for $906. Tetris Attack, 9.6 A+. Maybe this was the shocker of the auction, honestly. 9.6 A+ Tetris Attack. I personally learned that this game is more expensive than I knew it was. One of the highest grade copies of an early production copy, but $812 either way. Complete in-box Secret of Mana 9.2 went for $781, and Super Turrican 2 9.0 CIB rounds out the top 5 at $687.50. Oh, Yoshi was also $687, as was Ogre Battle. All of them $687.50 there. At the bottom of the auction, only one game can sell for less than every other game in the auction, and it was whatever this is. Niseman Puzzle Daemon? Nisemon? Is this some kind of like Pokemon rip? You know what I mean? Is this like in that only copy on there, Japanese, based on Nisemon comic featured children's magazine Comic Bomb Bomb, quirky action puzzle game? I know nothing about it. Nothing about it. Nothing about it. This was $49. $49 right there, baby. Get some Nisemon. Or Hisemon? Nisemon. Does my girlfriend collect? Not at all. Not even a little bit, Kyle. She doesn't even game. Like, I would say she doesn't even game. Like, she'll play casually Super Mario Kart World or Mario Party or something, but she will never sit down and game alone. Never. So, she doesn't collect, and she barely games, I would say. Not her hobby. She'll do it. She'll do it with me if we're at a, like, you know what I mean? But that'll do it. That'll do it, everybody. We're back on Thursday. Join the Discord. Free link in the description. All that good stuff. I appreciate you guys coming out. And, yeah, that's about it. I'll have a video about the pop reports coming soon. I need to crunch data. I need to get numbers. It's always hard to make a pop report data video because there's so much data. But I'm gonna make one. I haven't made one in a while, so I do have my own opinions about the pop report and the grades moving and stuff like that. So we'll get it. We will get it. Greg leaves as soon as I win the game. Messed up. But have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.